So here we have a vehicle that came on trade. It's a 2011 Volvo XC70 T6 all-wheel drive. Now this vehicle has quite a bit of features that we're gonna look at right now. So it has a part of the tech package right over here. So there's a radar that's built in that can actually tell the distance between you and the other vehicle. So as you're approaching, it'll actually display on the dash also with a sound letting you know that you got a vehicle that's coming towards you. And if you don't react with those warnings, we will hit the brakes. Now this is at higher speed, so depending on the pavement condition and the situation, you might still hit somewhat, but good chance you won't, especially if it's a dry pavement. This car also comes with a 3M full protection on the hood. Comes with the climate package as well. So you've got the windshield, well, the windshield washers, but these are for the lights, so they'll sprinkle at a 5,000 psi, so it'll even break ice formation. You also have park assist front and rear with radar. So yeah, very well equipped. You have the advanced cruise control, so this car basically can drive itself as long as you have a car in front. If that car in front stops completely, you will also stop completely. If they start re-accelerating, you will re-accelerate to the maximum speed that you program. It also has the rain sensor on the windshield, so full on, you just push that on and it decides what it needs. You can increase the sensitivity from the stick, which is kind of nice. It has the xenon lights as well. They're also directional. As you drive, they follow where you want to go. This car also comes with the Bliss. So it has a camera underneath the mirror that takes 25 picture frames per second of what's in your blind spot. And if there is an object, it will come in as an orange light on this side here. It also has a keyless. Holy man, it has everything. So you can lock the door just by pressing this button. You just push your hands inside and it'll unlock the doors. Now the keys are already in the vehicle. You can program this car that when you lock the doors, the mirrors fold. There's lots of adjustment. You can also adjust the steering force from soft, medium to hard. So you have lots of adjustment with this vehicle, which makes it your driving experience better. The XC70 is some of the our staff that work here, one of their favorite vehicles to drive. I personally choose this vehicle if ever I'm going to Vancouver for a long drive. I try to get one of these as my driver to get there, because the seats are just phenomenal. The suspension is very forgiving, and yet it handles really nice in the corners. It's a quiet car with a tremendous amount of power. When you get into the T6, you get a 300 horse engine with 325 foot-pounds of torque at 1200 RPM it starts. Incredible, a lot of power at a low RPM, and it's what you want. Longevity, the inline 6 is the best engine really, in my opinion, than any V6 out there. So fog lamps in the front, rear. You got your power tailgate on this one. Your fuel door is locked. You just press this and unlocks it, and then it's a release or lock of your parking brake. Really nice, because it doesn't lock up, and if you forget to take off the parking brake, the car knows that you're moving and it will remove it for you. Tilt and telescopic on this car, so you can really adjust the steering the way you want it, how far and close, and this is the advanced cruise control I was telling you about. You can actually give it 1 to 5 seconds between you and the other vehicle. Bluetooth is part of this unit as well. You get the premium sound system, so it's got 16 speakers with a 900 watt amp on the underneath the passenger side. You got an adjustable suspension here, but it does more than just the suspension. These two here doesn't change the transmission ratio. However, when you go to advance, not only does the suspension get very tight, but it also changes the gearing ratio to give you a higher revolution of engine in the RPM before changing gears. So what it'll do is just give you better acceleration of your car. So yeah, in a nutshell, you got all that you need. Is Bluetooth also for audio streaming. You even have air conditioning seats, if you could believe. You got the heated seats, but air conditioning seats as well for the front passengers. Now in the back, it does have the heated seats as well. So lots of room. This is another thing I like about this car, is tons and tons of room. This is like a full-size SUV minus the height inside the cockpit. however tall, it's got lots of headroom in this vehicle. Also, why people like this car is it has the ground clearance of an SUV. It's 8.5 inches of ground clearance underneath the car. You also have an easy access to the roof. So if you're loading up with a cargo box, you can actually fit in any kind of parking situation, underground parking or whatsoever. So you don't have to remove the box from the vehicle. So you've got here your grocery separator. So you can put all your environmental bags and keep them together so they don't go moving everywhere. And you could put some additional, so a very large cargo. You can put 5 golf bags in this car. The drivers can be put on the front part here, and then just the bags can be loaded sideways. There is also, and this one doesn't have it, but you can get a hydraulic cage. So what it is, it's like a system of bars that are mounted into the roof, and you just push it downwards and it locks in behind these the seats here in the back. And then that way you can load up right to the ceiling with objects and nothing will go on the other side. Or even if you had an animal like a dog or whatever, it won't go onto the other side, keeps it in position. It's got the nice Pirelli Scorpion Zero. This is a very high-end tire, very, very nice in handling. It's an 18-inch and low profile, so good handling in corners. It's a mud and snow, so it's got a little bit more capacity for in the event that you do some gravel traveling. That's why all the moldings on this car is there to protect it for rocks from chipping the paint. So it's nice that way. Even the front end is protected that as well. Beautiful unit.